In this video, we're going to learn how to deal with these physics exam repeated questions under the subtopic magnets and Earth's magnetic field. So we're going to practice with 30 repeated questions for this subtopic. Let's get started. The first question I have here says, to protect a material from the influence of an external magnetic field, the material should be kept in we have option A, triangular zinc ring, square steel ring, loop of copper wire, soft iron ring. So the right option to this question is option D, which is soft iron ring. Okay, very important. The next question is this one. It says, which of the following methods can be used to demagnetize a magnet? We have sealing the magnet in a non-magnetic container, cutting the magnet in half, applying a strong magnetic field in the opposite direction, heating the magnet to a high temperature. So the right option this question is option D, which is heating the magnet to a high temperature. The next question will be this one. It says, steel is more suitable for permanent magnet than iron because the former is an alloy of many metals, is easily magnetized by alternating current through one cycle, retains magnetism more than iron, is easily demagnetized by sharing vigorously. So guys, the right option to this question will be option C, which is retains magnetism more than iron. Okay, so that's the right answer. The next question will be this one. It says, what is the best method of demagnetizing a steel bar magnet? We have beating it, solenoid methods, hammering, rough handling it. So the right option is option B, which is solenoid method. The next question will be this one. It says, steel is more suitable for permanent magnet than iron because the steel is an alloy of many metals. I think we can already answer this question. It's easily demagnetized by sharing vigorously, is more magnetized by alternating current through one cycle, retains magnetism more than iron. So the right option is option D, retains magnetism more than iron. The next question will be this one. It says, the diagram above shows a magnet X with its south pole moved along a soft iron bar PQ in the direction shown. After some time, the pole at P and Q respectively are, so we have option A, north north, south south, north south, south north. So guys, the right option to this question will be option B, which is south south. Okay, so take note of this particular question. The next repeated question will be this question. It says, what is the angle of dip and the magnetic equator? So the angle of dip is basically 0 degrees. Take note of it. The next repeated question will be this one. It says, the conversion of powder magnet into solid blocks by the application of heat and great pressure is called, we have fluxing, hardening, we have magnetization, centering. So the right option is question is option D, which is centering. The next repeated question will be this one. It says, in the diagram above, if the south poles of two magnets struck a steel bar, the polarities are T and V will respectively be. So we have south and north, north and north, south and south, north and south. The right option is option B, which is north and north. Okay, the next repeated question will be this one. It says, which of the following statements is correct about angle of dip at various points on Earth? We have the angle of dip is greater at higher altitudes than the lower altitude. We have the angle of dip is greater at higher altitudes than at lower altitudes. The angle of dip is 0 at the equator, 90 degrees, and the magnetic poles. The angle of dip is constant at all points on Earth. The angle of dip is positive in the northern hemisphere and negative in the southern hemisphere. So the right option is option B, which is the angle of dip is 0 at the equator and 90 degrees at the magnetic poles. Next question will be this one. It says, the temperature above which certain materials lose their permanent magnet properties is called. We have breaking point, magnetic point, boiling point, Courier point. Right option is option D, which is Courier point. Next question will be this one. It says from the above, the polarity of X and Y ends of the magnets are, we have south and south, we have south and north, north and north, north and south. So the right option to this question is option C, which is north and north. Next question will be this one. It says at different locations on the Earth's surface, the Earth's magnetic field is the same in magnitude but different direction. This different in magnitude but different direction, different in both magnitude and direction, the same in magnitude and direction. So the right option in this question will be option C, which is different in both magnitude and direction. Next question will be this one. It says the diagram above represents the field pattern obtained by bringing the poles of two magnets near each other. The poles must be, we have north north poles, south south poles, south north poles, north south poles. So the right option in this question will be option B, which is south south poles. The next question will be this one. It says in the diagram below, the direction of the force between N and X, north and south poles in the magnetic field is. So guys, before we attend this question, if you are new to our channel, ensure that you are subscribed to this channel by hitting subscribe button for more of our videos. We really appreciate this, guys. So for this particular question, I want you guys to pay attention to it. The right option to this question will be option D, which is north south pole. Okay, next of the question will be this one. It says which of the following statements is not correct? Neutral points are obtained where the Earth's magnetic field is exactly equal and opposite to that due to a magnet. A line of force is a line along which a magnetic north pole would tend to move if it were free. Magnetic fields are scalar quantities. A magnetic field is a region in which a magnetic force can be detected. So the right option is option C, which is magnetic fields are scalar quantities. So this is not correct. Magnetic fields are vector quantities. Very important. They are not scalar quantities. Next question will be this one. It says the angle between the direction of the Earth's magnetic field and the horizontal is called the, we have magnetic declination, magnetic meridian, angle of dip, angle of deviation. So the right option is option C, which is angle of dip. The next question will be this one. It says what is the most efficient way of demagnetizing a magnet? Guys, pay attention to this question. We have none of the above. We have heating method, mechanical method, electrical method. So right option is option D, which is electrical method. Next question will be this one. It says which of the following is the property of steel? It cannot retain its magnetism longer than iron. It can be used for making permanent magnets. It can be used for making temporary magnets. It can easily be magnetized and demagnetized. The right option is option B, which is it can be used for making permanent magnets. The next question will be this one. It says the north pole of a magnet can never be separated from the south pole because of a property known as, we have magnetic monopole, magnetic quadrupole, magnetic dipole, magnetic octopole. So the right option is option C. Pay attention to this question, magnetic dipole. Okay, the next question will be this one. It says a freely suspended magnetic needle makes an angle of 0 degrees with the horizontal at a location X of the Earth's surface. Which of the statements is correct about X? We have the I list here. X is located on the magnetic equator. X is located on the magnetic pole. The declination at X is 0. The geographical and the magnetic meridians coincide at point X. The right option in this question is option B, which is I only. That's the correct one idea, which is S is located on the magnetic equator. So option B is the right one. The next question will be this one. It says which of the following statements is correct about X magnetic field? The angle of declination is the angle between the magnetic meridian and geographical and geographic meridian. The angle of dip is the angle which freely suspended magnet makes with the vertical. The angle of declination is the angle which magnetic compass makes with the magnetic meridian. The angle of inclination is the difference between the angle of dip and the angle of declination. So the right option is option A, which is the angle of declination is the angle between the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. So pay attention this question. Okay, between the magnetic meridian and geographic meridian. Next question will be this one. It says the magnitude of the angle of dip at the equator is, so it's 0 degrees. Next question will be this one. Which of the following is an example of a natural magnet? Pay attention to this question as well. We have lodestone, refrigerator magnet, electromagnet, neodymium magnet. So the right option is option A, which is lodestone. The next question will be this one. It says, which of the following is a property of steel? It cannot retain its magnetism longer than iron. I think I've already answered this question. It can be used for making temporal magnets. No, it can. Is it magnetized and demagnetized? No, it can be used for making permanent magnets. That's correct. Option D, the right option. Next question will be this one. It says the most suitable type of magnet for magnetic shielding is, we have metals, we have temporal magnets, we have metal, or we have permanent magnets. So the right option this question will be option D, which is permanent magnets. Okay, the next question will be this one. It says the Earth's magnetic equator passes through Jos in Nigeria. At Jos, the magnetic declination is 90 degree, angle of variation is 0, angle of dip is 0, horizontal component and the S field is 0. So the right option is option C, which is angle of dip is 0. The next question will be this one. It says, which of the following diagrams represent the magnetic field of two isolated unlike poles? Pay attention to this question. The correct option here will be option C. If you check between this north and south pole, the lines of forces are pointing outward. Okay, whereas in this D, the difference between this C and this is that in this D, the lines of forces are pointing inwards. Okay, but here the lines of forces are pointing outwards. The right option is option C. Last question before I end this video with this one. It says, in the diagram above, if the south poles of two magnets stroke a steel bar, the properties at X and Y will respectively be. So the right option this question will be option B, which is knots and knots. Okay, so this basically can deal with problems involving magnets and Earth's magnetic field. We practice with 30 repeated questions for this subtopic. Hope you learned something interesting from the video. Let's go to the video, guys. If you are new to our channel once more, ensure that you are subscribed to this channel by hitting the subscribe button for more of our videos. Also like, share and comment on this video. Tell me how you feel, what I learned from this video. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding what I've talked about in this video, feel free to leave a question in the comment section below and I'll ensure to give you a response. Also ensure that you're part of the channel membership by clicking on the join button, where you'll be receiving special information that will help to simplify your academic problem. Alright, so having done that, click the next screen above and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.